Alright, I want you to look at these shapes and see what they all have in common. At first you might say, well, they're not all squares, they're not all rectangles, they're not all quadrilaterals, they don't have anything in common. But we can say, first of all, that they're all polygons. They don't have any curves, they're all closed shapes, and they all have sides and quarters and angles. They have something else in common. We can look here and we can say that the inside of the shape, they all have an inside, and they all have sides as an outside. And we've talked before about area and perimeter. We can find the area and the perimeter of each of these shapes. The main shape that we know how to find the area and perimeter of are squares and rectangles. So let's look more at how to find the area and the perimeter of a square or a rectangle. If you look here, this is just like the geoboards that we use in the classroom. We can start putting our elastic band on it and then dragging it down, and we can make a rectangle. Now what we know about area and perimeter, I like to think about the rim in a basketball game. And the rim is the circle or the hoop that the ball would go through, and that's the same as perimeter. The rim or the sides, the distance around the edge of the shape is the perimeter. Then the area is the space that I just colored blue inside the shape. It's all the space that the shape takes up. There are a few ways that we can find the perimeter, and that's the first thing we're going to focus on. If you're talking about the distance around the shape, you're always going to be talking about perimeter. In this shape, we can count the slots on the outside or the units to see how big the perimeter is. So if we make this shape a little bit smaller so it's easier for us to count, we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 units. Let's measure it. The perimeter is 14 units. There are other ways that we can do this. One way we can do this is to add the sides together. We can say there are 3 on this side, 4 units on this side, 3 units here, and 4 units here. That tells us that 4 and 4 is 8, plus 3 more is 11, and 3 more to that is 14. That's one way we can find the perimeter. Next, we'll look at this game that will help us learn more about perimeter. It says click on a shape to learn more. The perimeter is the total distance around the outside of a 2D shape. You calculate it by adding together the lengths of the sides. And here we can click on this triangle. We're going to find the perimeter of the triangle by adding the lengths of all the sides. So we have 5 centimeters, 11 centimeters, and 13 centimeters. If we add those together, we get 30 centimeters total. Let's play the game and see if we can finish level 1. We'll start by adding 30 centimeters to 30 centimeters, and that's 60. Plus 5 and 5 is 10, 60 and 10 is 70 centimeters. The link to this game can be found on our class wiki. Try the game yourself to practice this skill.